Hello, my Fashion the Mind family. It is the Triple C CEO, Jennifer C. Cook, the one that consistently builds class, confidence, and courage. Well, I wanted to jump on and ask you one simple question. How do you show up? This past weekend, I was abundantly blessed by taking a road trip with one of my best girlfriends. And we had driven from North Carolina to Georgia, and we spent a rapid 24 hours showing up. And by the way we showed up, we were fortunate enough to foster some brand new, amazing relationships. So let me give you a little bit of the story. Our first stop, we attended a Black art exhibit. And so when we went in there, we walked around and we saw the different vendors and we saw the actual artists and their artwork, but it also allowed for engagement and conversation with others. And one of the individuals that I connected with, we in fact exchanged phone numbers. We're now following each other on Instagram and Facebook. So, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. If you are not following me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok, I want to encourage you to do so. So, this young lady has her own body care line, and she had the most adorable little boy. And I suspect he's about 2. And we just stood there, one single mother to another, talking about life and some of our experiences. And come to find out, she just moved to the Atlanta, Georgia area about 8 months ago. And this is all spanking brand new to her. You know, coming to a city where she really doesn't know a lot of people. She's launching a business. She's a single mother. Well, how similar of a story is that of mine? The only change I can actually say, or difference I can say, is I didn't have my son when I first came to North Carolina almost 14 years ago. And so, needless to say, we just bonded and we connected. So we've been texting each other, and like I said, we're now following one another. So fast forward, checked into my hotel, stayed in the Midtown Atlanta area. And let me tell you, if you go to Atlanta, that little area is ripe. Do you hear me? It is fire. And my best girlfriend and I, we enjoyed ourselves immensely. So we stayed at the Curio Collection Hotel, which is by Hilton, formerly the W. This place was absolutely gorgeous. So when my girlfriend and I, we pull up, we valet park, we go inside. And when I tell you, and not to sound conceited, but all eyes were on the Triple C CEO, because when I walked into the art exhibit and I checked into my hotel, I showed up on point. I showed up smiling. I showed up with courtesy. I showed up with femininity, and I showed up in style. And that in itself really got my mind fueled with the thought, how are we showing up? How are we showing up in business? How are we showing up in relationships? How are we showing up with our family and our friends? So I said to my best girlfriend, one of my best girlfriends, I said to her, I said, the one thing that I am confident of and the thing that I love the most about myself is the energy that I put out into the environment is welcoming to everyone. And so as the day progressed and time moved forward, we went to dinner later on and we met up with my girlfriend's cousin who lives there. And we just sat around at this really cute restaurant and we just chatted it up. Do you hear me? And the conversation exuded class, confidence, courage. It permeated the power and the presence of God. We just loved on each other. And do you want to know something? People wanted to be a part of our conversation, people that we didn't even know. And so it is just one of those things where you have to say to yourself, do I show up personally? Do I show up professionally? Do I show up as a good person? Are there good vibes eking out of me? Am I showing up beautiful and, showing up with intelligence and showing up with style and graciousness? Because these are the things that are attractive. And attraction isn't always about someone trying to get with you, in a more intimate way, but it is showing up so that people know you're good. People can feel the goodness. People can say, this is someone that even after the night has ended and they're going their way and I'm going mine, I want to follow them. I want to connect with them because they have some value that I feel like they can bring to my space. And also there was another young gentleman, he and we just started talking. He lives in California, young guy, and he was there, celebrating his friend's birthday. And we just had this amazing conversation. Why? Because the Triple C CEO showed up with class, confidence, and courage. There was no judgment. There was no scouring of the face and looking left or right and, not being approachable or intimidated. And I realized that some people are introverts, but even an introvert, there is a level of gentility or a smile that you can bring that lets people know this is good ground right here. Okay, you're safe with me. And even if we don't engage in a full-on conversation, you're more than welcome to say hello and I'll greet you back, or vice versa. So I'm asking my Fashion the Mind family, how are you showing up? Really do some inner work today and think about the ways in which you are showing up in various situations and circumstances: work, community, relationship, finances, spirituality. How are you showing up? Are you showing up as a whole person? Are you showing up as a classy, confident, and courageous person? Are you showing up as a person who's putting the work in so that you can be the best reflection that the divine wants you to be? We've got to stop and think about that. Because when you show up a certain way, you attract and you bring all of those positive, encouraging, inspirational, fiery things into your life. And if they don't come with those things, you will be easy to discern and to dismiss. Okay? So everyone, I thank you. I thank you for subscribing to this channel. I thank you for following me on our social media platforms. And if you are not familiar with who I am, please go out there and learn more about the Triple C CEO, because this family, this community, we are going to be classy, confident, and courageous no matter what. Have a great day.